Good morning and welcome to the show. This morning I have an old Air Force buddy of mine, Bill Fitzgerald from Keller Williams Realty. And Bill, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey,
Thanks
Don.
so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me today.
Now you've got a radio show now, too.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
When's that on?
Well, I'm on every Saturday morning, 94.5 WFLA. My show is called Your Neighborhood Expert with Bill Fitzgerald, and I take about an hour to talk with folks over the air about how to get their home sold, or if they're thinking about buying a home, the things they need to consider as they're preparing to purchase a home. I try to make a point to have subject matter experts like heating and cooling guys, home inspectors, people that can come and talk with me and our listeners for about an hour about the things that they can do to get their homes ready to sell, or if they're going to buy a home, things that they need to think about if they're going to buy a home.
Bill, is there like a home selling season? A lot of people say, "Oh, springtime." I mean, is that true when people buy and sell more than other times of year? I guess nobody really buys a house over the holidays, like Christmas season.
Well, I actually do get some. I do make some sales in between November and December, but if you look at real estate sales over the pattern over the years, the most homes are sold between March and August. That seems to be the busiest time, and that coincides with school being let out.
Oh yeah, and warm weather.
Mm-hmm. A lot of companies that are doing relocations, the military, they like to move their families by the end of the school year and give them an opportunity to relocate.
It is all about the family, really.
It really is.
And that's kind of the way you've positioned yourself as a realtor, as being kind of like the family-friendly guy, whereas, you're going to make sure that this is a seamless transition. Now, in the spirit of full disclosure, you helped me sell my home.
Yes, thank you.
And sold it in like 10 days, which I thought was like, wow, quick. Now, it was a nice little house, but I didn't expect it to sell that fast. What do you think the key was to that quick sale? Was it the pricing of it all, or just the staging, or what made that such a successful transaction?
Well, Don, you and Karen did all the right things getting your house ready to sell, and once we got it on the market, I think the critical piece was making sure that the price was right, and so it brought a lot of buyers in quickly, and we got an offer. And I think that was the key, getting it priced right. It was the condition and the price were commensurate one with another. It wasn't overpriced, wasn't underpriced. I think we hit the sweet spot right at the very beginning, and that way we were able to sell it quickly and sell it for the most money.
Why is it so important to sell it quickly, other than the obvious, you get it done? If it sits on the market too long, is that a problem?
Well, the
is that a red flag for buyers?
Oh, the unfortunate thing is if a home is overpriced, you're doing a couple of things. First of all, you're selling your neighbor's home. Because if your neighbor's home is up for sale and you're overpriced, and you're showing what kind of value their house is, not the value of your house. So an overpriced home sells other houses before it sells itself. Bill. And then if it's overpriced, it languishes out on the market. We call it it becomes market worn.
We
want to avoid that.
We have to run off to the local weather, but on the other side of that, I want to talk more about some of the keys. The keys to success in selling your home.
That'd be great.
Well, I'm here with real estate expert Bill Fitzgerald, and now to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Bill Fitzgerald. He's an old Air Force buddy and a real estate expert, and incidentally, the guy who sold my home in 10 days. Bill, we were talking about that quick sale. Just quickly, what are some of the things that people need to know about selling their home?
Well, I'll give you what I consider my top three.
Okay.
First is stage it to sell. A staged home, a clean home, always sells faster and for more money. Buyers are they're very picky. They want to move in. They don't want to do a lot of work. And the unfortunate thing is, for everything that they see wrong with a house, they assume that there's 10 other things wrong with the home that they can't see. So stage it to sell, and take care of deferred maintenance. I think those are two very important things. The other thing is price your home to sell. Choose a sale price that will cause it to sell. Avoid being overpriced. As we talked about earlier, overpricing a home tends to cause it tends to help other houses more than it helps you. A home that's overpriced is helping sell other homes rather than itself. and it becomes what we call the home then becomes what we call market worn, meaning it's out there. And the unfortunate thing is that sellers then have to reduce their price to re-engage in realtors in the buying community. They end up having to lower the price dramatically in order to re-engage the realtor community, to get noticed again. So,
Right.
getting your home pricing your home right from the very beginning, that's what will help produce a sale in that first 30 to 45 days. If your home is listed and it's for sale, and you've had 10 to 14 buyers come through and nobody's made an offer yet, that's a clear indication that the buyers are saying no to either the price or the condition. And only a seller can do anything about those two things. Either improve the condition or you got to lower the price.
And staging that home, I think, is very important. We're attached to our stuff, to our articles, to our personal stuff. And even if you have to get a storage locker to declutter and depersonalize it, you want people to be able to see that home. And, there's a thing, that, and I'm just a layman, I'm not an expert, but there's a thing called curb appeal. When people pull up to your house, don't they make a pretty quick decision as to whether or not they want to look inside?
I've been with people that literally didn't even want to get out of the car because the curb appeal was so poor. But yet, when the curb appeal is at its best, they'll beat you to the front door.
Yeah, so trim those hedges, make sure that lawn's cut.
Exactly.
And all that stuff. Now,
people need to be able to start placing their furniture. When I see that happen, I know that people are interested.
Oh, we can put the piano right there.
Or our pool table look great over there.
Yeah. Bill, we're so out of time, it's not funny. When can people catch your radio show?
Well, my show's on every Saturday morning on 94.5 WFLA, News Talk Radio. The show's called Your Neighborhood Expert with Bill Fitzgerald.
Bill Fitzgerald, realtor extraordinaire, radio star, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Wakin Up with Don. I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I'm so excited to be bringing you your Max Biz tip for today. Today we're going to be talking about things to consider, short-term goals to consider when starting your business. We've been talking about all week about building your dream business, and today we're going to be talking about things that you should consider. Number one, what is your business name? What do you want to call your business? Only thing I want to just share with you with this is you want to make sure that your business name is aligned with your brand, your products, your services, that they kind of all align and they're congruent together. Also, you want to consider, how do I want to fund my business? How do I want to, it takes money to do business. How am I going to get the resources in to be able to do my business? Some options that you may have is getting a business loan, or you can partner with friends and families. You'll be amazed with how, when you share with people your dreams and your aspirations, how they will support you in giving you investment dollars. In addition to that, if you are in the state of Florida, you need to go to sunbiz.org and you need to set up your business, your framework. If you want to become a corporation or an LLC, you want to go to sunbiz.org and establish your business as an organization, as a corporation or whatever, okay? This has been your max out moment, your max tip for today. I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I would love to connect with you. You can find me on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter. You follow me, I'll follow you back. If you need more insight, more information on any of this information, find me at www.zenoviaandrews.com.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios and Elliott Talent Agency. Pamela, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Don.
Tell me about this talent agency. What do you guys do in there? What's the purpose of that?
The talent agency is in the building talent stages right now, and we're real excited about it.
And it's in the same location,
yes,
right?
It is housed in Elliott Vocal Studios, even though it is a separate entity. We are, we have models, actors, actresses, bands, musicians, singers.
So you're trying to discuss, not only are you cultivating talent there in that building, but you're discovering new talent, and you're basically coaching them to the next level.
Yes, and the other thing is, and I know a lot of times this doesn't come up in a talent agency, but we're looking for acts that are a little bit odd and a little bit different. Like, I don't mean by odd, but juggling acts maybe, or hey, what if you're an amazing musician? A magician, things like that. I mean, different things too.
Or a magical musician.
Yeah, there you go. A magical musician. Yeah, there you go. That's good. I like that.
Or maybe even a talk show host.
Hey.
Who knows? Or a stand-up comedian. You can do it all, right? So it doesn't have to be music related, right?
No.
You can just be a great actor or a budding actor.
Yes, yes. So we're going to have a open call for our actors and actresses on June 8th. It's a Sunday afternoon from 2:30 to 5. It is for all ages. Please bring a monologue, and you'll do about a minute and a half of that, and we will provide cold reads.
Okay, so explain to me what a monologue is.
A monologue is it's like a script that you memorize and
Maybe
you'll
something from a
act it.
movie or a play that you may have been in.
Yes.
Does it have to be any particular length?
Well, we're going to do about a minute and a half max, because I'm sure we'll have a lot of people to go through, but that'll help us to know what you can do, and then we're going to do the cold read with
So
you.
you've got a monologue that you're already comfortable with and may have rehearsed before, but then a cold read is something totally different, isn't
A
it?
cold read is just what it sounds like. It's a cold read. It's something you've never seen before that we give you, and you.
So we hand you a piece of paper, you read it for a minute or two, and then we're off to the races acting, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll give you some instructions on that if somebody's never done it before. But that gives us an idea where you're at in your acting skills. You may be a phenomenal actor and already got that all together. But then again, you may need a little bit of work, so we'll give you some ideas and things to work on and stuff like that. Jason Hedden from the theater department at Gulf Coast will be
Gulf
helping
Coast State College?
Yes, he will be actually running the audition for me. And
he has some experience in this, doesn't
he has some acting on camera, a lot of acting on camera experience. Jason's great. So he's going to be there supervising and helping out with that as well.
And he will help you ascertain who needs more help, who's ready for prime time, I guess.
Yes. We'll it'll be a joint thing with us. We'll kind of look at everybody. We will be recording you as well.
Okay, and then what's the next step? Say I go to this open call audition. I come prepared with my monologue that I'm comfortable with, and I do this cold read, and I do pretty well. What happens next?
Well, then we'll talk about signing you in with the agency as some of our acting talent.
And then you try to place us in a job somewhere, right?
Generally, the film and things like that do go through an agency. So as we build our roster and our talent in our agency, then they're going to be calling us, and that's when you'll be able to get out and go do auditions and for movies and things that are going on around the area.
So say maybe they're shooting something locally here, right? And they're like, hey, we need some local talent. Who are the local talent agencies?
That's right.
Elliott Talent Agency. Hi, Elliott Talent Agency. Do you have anybody who can act in this commercial?
Yes.
Or maybe do something in this show?
And that's exactly how it works. Except they generally just put everything, they email or they'll call or Facebook or they'll do, there's various ways they get in contact.
Well, that's an exciting thing. So this is June 6th. Is that what you said?
June 8th.
June 8th. I'm sorry. June 8th.
Sunday, June 8th from 2:30 to 5.
And just check you out on Facebook and we can get the details there.
And it's at Elliott Vocal Studios. That is 2516 West 23rd Street in Panama City, Florida.
Pamela Elliott, thank you again for coming on the show and getting us smart on the talent agency. And don't forget, open auditions coming up soon. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Glenn and Steve from True Soul. I saw you guys a couple weekends ago down in McKenzie Park, and I was totally floored. I mean, the music was just so awesome that me and the wife had to get up and dance. And I didn't care who was looking. And if you've seen me dance, you know that's a very embarrassing thing for me. But I didn't care. I was letting my freak flag fly because you guys were playing. How long have you guys been a band?
4 years. 4 years
now.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary here soon. So,
And you're just two members of how many people, Steve?
5.
5. So there's 5 people in the band.
Yeah, bass, drums, and keyboards. And I play guitar, and Glenn sings.
Yeah, and pretty darn well too.
we have fun. We have fun.
So how'd you all get together? How'd you gel as a band? Was it just kind of like jamming one day and said, hey, let's get together? Or was a friend? Or how did all that start?
I actually I did a thing on the X Factor a long time
Oh,
ago.
no kidding. You were an X Factor guy?
Yeah.
I'll check
Yeah, I
you
was.
out.
And I said, you know, if I didn't win,
Fox. Yeah.
that's right.
Got to get that in there. Yeah.
I said, you know, if I didn't win, you know, that I was going to come home and put together a band and see where it went.
Yeah.
So at the time, my daughters were in high school, and they had a talent show, and I went and I seen this young guy playing the drums, and I was like, you know, wow, I got to meet this dude.
Yeah.
So I went over and I met him, and him and another friend of his, which is my keyboard player today. His name is Joshua Singleton. Shouts out to Josh.
Way to go.
But he came over and
he's real young too.
Yeah,
It's
he's 20 years old.
Okay, yeah,
And he
yeah.
was like 17, 18 when he started in the band. You know, he plays like Beethoven or somebody. So we got together and
So it's
put
just
together
like
put together a few songs. And you know, when we first started playing, we had to play the same set over and over again because we didn't know enough songs.
How about you, Steve? How'd you get involved with the band?
Probably January. Their guitar player left, and they asked a friend of mine, mutual friend, to did he know anybody? And he said, yeah, it's Steve Cosper, and that's how I just started playing with him. And the first night, you know, it's just on the fly, on the cuff, and
he aced it.
I got to tell you, when you get people, like-minded people together, and it works, you hear it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and we all respect each other.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I love about Steve is he gets into his music and he loves what he does. You know, it's not always about the money. You know, it's about, you know, how you enjoy what you do.
And you guys have a signature sound, don't you? I mean, you do it all, but
pretty much.
We do. Yeah.
We try not to sound like anybody else.
Yeah. Are you going to do something for me today? Are you going to do something for our
We're going to try to
audience?
do a little something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to play?
Well,
Georgia?
A little Georgia.
Yeah.
I love that song. We got to run off to a break, but maybe on the other side of this break, we can hear you guys play Georgia.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Glenn and Steve from True Soul, and they're going to sing Georgia.
Oh yeah, yeah. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out for me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peace, for dreams I see, the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace, no peace, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song, 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 song keeps Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song, 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 song. keeps Georgia on my mind.